Number 11, vegans only eat tofu or soy-based products. Yes, this has also been said. I have a funny story time around that actually. It's involving like my friend's mom, and I had bought some gardenia because I was like, ooh, I'm gonna make some like meatball marinara sandwiches, and they were bomb because I made them, because everything I make is bomb. Friend's mom tried it. She was like, she couldn't figure out which meat it was, and then she was like, but it's really good. She was like, oh, I'm glad you think it's good because it's vegan. Oh, my mama fell out the chair. It was so funny, but she was shocked at how delicious it was, and she was like, wow, I thought that vegans thought that they only eat tofu, and it's like, no, there's more plants than tofu. That one was funny. Okay, so now we're gonna segue right into the next one about universal vegan stereotypes. Number 12 is it's hard to get protein. No, it is not. Where do you think animals get their protein from? Number 13 is there are no good vegan cheeses, and that I can promise you, as somebody that used to love to eat cheese from the cow, that is a lie. Now, this is going to be more of like an opinionated type of thing because it also depends on the flavor profile of your tongue in regards to what do you like and what do you dislike. How thick do you like your cheeses? How thin do you like your cheeses? You know, how runny do you like your cheeses? You know, because I know a lot of people mistake flavor for texture, and those are two different things. Texture is just the feel of it. Flavor is the actual taste. So shop around. There are like tons and tons of vegan brands, cheese around that you could try. And if you don't live in an area where you can just go out and find those cheeses sometimes, you know, you could try ordering some offline if you're willing to take that risk, or just wait till you go out of town somewhere in a kind of a big city like Memphis, Atlanta, New York. Basically, just Google your nearest Whole Foods, and there's a good chance they're going to be carrying those variety of cheese brands. Now, remember in my last video, I talked about Whole Foods, expensive as fuck, okay? So just keep that in mind when you go. If you have an Amazon Prime membership, that could possibly help you, especially if you use your Prime often, because they kind of give little discounts here and there now if they scan your Prime. Once again, there are things that you can try if you're willing to try them. Number 14, all vegan foods are bland. This is simply not true. This also ties into my myths early on in the video where we were talking about flavors and how vegans probably don't like flavors and seasonings. Simply not true. Vegan food being bland, once again, that is up to the person. Do you like your food to be bland? Do you prefer to eat your food raw, or do you like to spruce it up? Like, instead of just, you know, eating like getting some tomatoes and just mashing them up in a bowl, maybe you like to puree them, add in some seasonings, cook it over the stove, you know, make you some marinara, you know. How do you like to eat your food is what would determine whether or not it could possibly be bland. And even sometimes with raw foods, if you do like food combinations, you know, you can still get a great flavor profile out of them. And that's something I ended up learning through on my vegan journey early on, and that made me fall in love more with being vegan and eating my fruits and veggies, because I learned that it's not the food's fault, it's what you do with it. Cooking is an art. Get creative. This is myth number 15. I think it's myth number 15. So I'm just gonna put 15 on the screen. Myth number 15, vegans automatically think that they're better than everyone else who is not vegan. That is such a horrible stereotype. Not everyone thinks like that. Yes, I have seen other people in some forums that do think like that, but as far as like the majority of the people that's actually in that forum, they don't really agree with that type of mindset. And for me personally, I don't agree with that mindset. And you know, I know a lot of other people who are now vegan, or who probably were vegetarian, things like that, or pescatarian, whatever they are. You know, no, like they don't really think like that. And the main reason is because it doesn't make any sense. Like, how so am I better than you when we grew up in the same type of society, and I grew up eating the similar type of diet to you as well, unless you were raised by people who were vegetarian, even then, you know? So we still got to remember what type of society we live in. We've convinced ourselves that we have to eat meat and that we have to, you know, eat dairy. Like, we have to do these things to animals in order to survive, only to find out later on with more research and more intense studies and things like that, that's actually not the case, and actually it's doing more harm to us than actual benefits. We could talk about more in-depth history, possibly in relation to food, because everything is going to be interconnected, whether you're talking about sociological things, food, you know, economics, all of that, politics, all of that stuff is like intertwined. So if you also don't like discussing those things, you know, might not be the channel for you, because we have to be realistic on this channel. They are all intertwined. But nonetheless, simply not true. I don't think I'm better than anybody. The only person I try to be better than is me. So that being said, Let's move on. Number 16, all vegans are pricks. I've seen even fewer of these people. Vegans are still people. There are people that are pricks. And if that prick just so happened to go vegan, now you have a person that just so happened to go vegan, that's a prick. Same thing. So 9 times out of 10, if you meet a person and they're a prick and then they decide to go vegan, then that's going to be a vegan prick. 9 times out of 10, if you meet a person and they still want to eat meat, that's going to be a person that eats meat who is a prick. It's not because you're vegan. It's the person on the inside that makes you a prick. Number 17. Now this one's gonna kind of start, mixing it up a bit, because it may have seemed like it was very one-sided, but best believe I've seen both sides and I'm coming for all of you. This one is gonna be that vegans do not and cannot make mistakes. I cannot stand anyone who keeps saying things like this. I can't stand it simply because we are all people. People make hiccups. What if somebody just didn't realize that there actually was that product in there? Like they probably was reading the label so fast that they misread it. And now they accidentally ate something that has egg or milk in it. Or maybe they made a slip up here or there just because they got around family. Because we have to also talk about the social pressures around eating and consuming animals and animal byproduct. No, that's BS. I'm sorry, y'all. My camera had cut off on me because it was getting overheated outside, and I'm recording in my room, so I feel like the scenery outside is just so much more beautiful and that the lighting is so much better, but I have to make do with what I have. So once again, social pressures are another big thing to actually recall and think about. Everybody doesn't have the same relationships as anyone else. Everybody doesn't feel the same about, social pressures as another person. So there are people that probably actually care they're included or not by their friends and family. Even when it comes to food is a major thing that people come together around. Not saying that makes it okay to eat animals. It's more so like you need to be considerate of what other people have to deal with. And that's all. That's all. Myth number, is it 17? We're gonna roll with it. The next myth is that all vegans had to have a moral start into veganism. And I've seen some of those so-called vegan pricks say this before in a forum. No, you do not have to go into veganism based off morals alone. Enough morality for self-love and be like, I want to take care of myself, or I want to take care of myself and raise my kids to take care of themselves. I don't want them to be like our family, having unnecessary illnesses that are easy to avoid by just eating delicious food that won't kill you. You could go into it for environmental reasons. You could either have one of those big 3 reasons, or you could have your own personal reason. You'll get kudos to you just simply because at least you're making progress, even if you don't know if it's positive progress. If anybody that tried to tell you otherwise, it's your journey, not theirs. Can piss off. Okay, so the next myth is vegans. Vegans is this term. If I can get the meme, I will try to put it up on the screen about what a vegan is. So vegans is this term that has been created to talk about people who they claim make excuses for people who aren't vegan for being vegan and things like that. And I believe that there are people like that. Once again, it ties back into people that the social pressures get to them more easily than others. Here's why that is crap. That is crap because, once again, you don't understand other people's circumstances. You don't understand how other people feel. Other people are not like you. Other people do not have the same strengths and weaknesses as you do. You wouldn't want nobody walking around taunting you about things that you cannot easily do on your own. For that is a myth. No, you are not necessarily a vegan unless you are actually scared about being vegan because of what other people might think of you. And that's more of a personal thing that you have to work out yourself. But be a blessing, not a curse. Oh gosh, our favorite myth of all, the last one that I have on the list. Vegans only eat grass or grass flavored products. You guys, people. Y'all, when I say the mind of imagination and creativity is something astounding, because I can't fathom that one. I'm just like, word? People really going outside picking up regular just grass, not any fruits, no vegetables or anything coming from trees or nothing like that, just grass, bro. And they drink photosynthesis from the sun. How sway? I don't know. I promise you, I don't know. People be coming up with amazing things. I'm really more impressed by the creativity, how highly skilled you must be in mental gymnastics to come up with that logically and to seriously believe in it. Consider that, yes, not everyone saying. Some people are more emotional based than a logical based. I would say that this is more so towards people who know better and they just think they're being funny. See, you thought you were cute, but you thought it was cute and it wasn't. But you tried though. You did try. Yeah, you tried. But I mean, like, you know, if you got like a 12 out of a 100 on an exam and you say, I'm gonna try to raise my grade up, you know, and then you get like a 14 out of 100 on the exam, you tried. Failed, but you tried. And that there, still don't mean shit. There you have it. Those are some of the myths that I've heard, seen in action. Yes, so those are my list of myths for now. Will I be able to come up with more? More than likely, because the human brain is amazing and creativity is never ending. So thank you again for watching my video. If you guys would like more content from me, or if you still just want to see what other things I have on my channel, go ahead and click on the next video that's about to pop up soon. I will holla at you guys next time. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. The red button is below. You want to see me as soon as I pop up, hit the notification bell, click all. I'm right here. And even if you just want to talk to me, leave a comment below. I don't mind. Hey, this is an open conversation, it's open forum. All I ask is that you just be respectful and preferably logical. But respectful is my only thing. So, alright, kind of said it already. Alright, I'll let you guys. Bye.